Let's talk about Trump's UN speech for a minute. So, after 8 years of President Obama's apology tour, basically telling the rest of the world that every problem the world faces is because of America, is because we've created it somehow, and it is now our responsibility, and we're going to fix everything, we really, really promise, and we're real sorry about everything that happened. America sent a president to the UN who isn't apologizing for America's actions anymore, who basically got up and said that we are a strong nation, we are a nation of values, we are a nation of peace primarily, but if forced to, if our hand is forced, we will defend ourselves, we will defend our allies at all costs. It's what we've always been. It's what the rest of the world has relied on for a long time. All right, look to the north of us. Canada is full of natural resources. It has a small population and one of, if not the largest landmass of almost any country in the world. Yet they remain unconquered. They remain a sovereign nation. Why? Because of us. Because of their neighbors to the south. Not because of a strong military force, they don't have one, but because of us. Okay, South Korea has remained a sovereign nation since the Korean War because of us. And there's multiple other examples of this around the world. We are, as much as the reputation is bad, we have and remain to be one of the, obviously, the greatest peacekeeping force in the world. And by peacekeeping, I know there's war, but it's peacekeeping because we are protecting those who have trouble protecting themselves. We are defending those who have trouble defending themselves. And we've kept a lot of nations as a sovereign nation because of our military force, because of the will of the American people to be a global defender of freedom, to be a global defender of good. And so what happened in the UN speech? The look on Iran's face when he mentioned the Iran nuclear deal. It's a terrible deal. We dumped millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars into Iran that ultimately got funneled into terrorist organizations, allowed them to build a nuclear program, and in a sense have created them to be a force in the world where they really weren't before. It's a bad deal for us. The look on their face said it all. North Korea got up and left, probably out of embarrassment. They left a junior delegate to listen to the rest of it. And then his socialism comments. And people in the left news want to poke fun at it because no one applauded. Well, there was a pause, and then eventually applause. And I'm guessing the applause came from countries who don't practice socialism. Because the simple fact is, socialism and communism have never succeeded in any country they've ever been implemented in. It's not a matter of whether socialism is implemented properly. It's a matter that socialism was implemented. Venezuela is crippled right now. Their population is starving. There are riots in the streets because socialism was implemented. Not because it was implemented improperly, but because it was implemented. Okay? And people need to understand that. This was a fantastic speech from a relatively new president who has not been given a chance from day one. Now, from day one, when Obama was elected the first time, conservatives weren't happy, obviously, we lost an election. But a lot of conservatives went, okay, let's see what he does. When he was reelected, a lot of conservatives were like, this sucks. This is terrible. He did a shit job for the first 4 years. This is going to be bad. And what were conservatives told? Well, just give him a chance. And a lot of conservatives went, okay, he's got 4 years. Let's see what he does. But Trump was elected, and everyone just immediately went to day one, we want him impeached. Day one, we want him impeached. Listen to the full speech. Put your presumptions aside and just listen to it. And what you realize is he's saying what most Americans echo. Don't fuck with us. Don't fuck with our friends. And we won't fuck with you. But if you do, we're going to kick your ass. It's what we do. Socialism sucks, and Iran, we're going to rethink this nuclear deal. Just FYI. And that was also a shout, I think, to North Korea. So that's it. Go watch the speech.